microphone on, always helpful. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope you're all doing well. I saw someone drop a comment and I missed it immediately. Where did that go? I saw someone say it was really nice in California. Not jealous at all, but thanks for dropping by. I don't blame you for making the most of the good weather rather than watching this faintly, slightly chilly meal, beef stroganoff. Yeah, I saw it and the message has now gone. That's interesting. So I'm just going to click a few buttons, see what happens. There we go. Christian, good evening. I had a weird thing with one of my bits of software earlier today where it just wouldn't connect to the chat at all, so don't know what's going on. It means son, you're walking the dog. Cuba is your dog, right? So good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, that's really weird. Sorry, I'm going to take 2 seconds now just to go and find that message, because I definitely saw someone put that they were going to check out the stream later, and I want to know I'm not going mad. Press the button there. Yeah, Cato. It was Cato. But that message didn't come through to my software. Interesting. Okay, not to worry. I'm just going to send a message to someone else who's doing a bit of testing for me. So there's a feature in... Oh, and there's Susan now. I won't bother texting you, Susan, because you're there. I can talk to you. Hey, Susan. Good to see you. Yeah, any joy with the vertical stream? I'm just going to click something else again, check it's all working. 1 sec. That should be better. If I just saw your son, I just saw your message. Is it Michael Lapel? I realise it was using the wrong audio. It was using the audio on my camera, which is like a meter over there, as opposed to this guy here. Should sound a lot better. Should sound a lot better. Thank you, thank you. Hello, Heather. Good to see you. Hope it's a nice morning over there where you are. Lovely. Good. Always good streamers looking out for each other, isn't it? Checking what's going on. Yeah, Susan, that's Cooking and Calm, those of you in the YouTube chat. Susan, it says on my studio that it is broadcasting in vertical as well as horizontal. So I don't know, I don't really know how you can test it, to be honest. You can kind of see it in the back end, but anyway, just talking YouTube technical stuff. Thank you, Christian. I was just about ready on time, that's why. A few things decided they wanted to restart on me, so I was just about ready. Right, so what are we doing? A beef stroganoff. It's just, I've got stuff all over my hands. Let me just clean that off. Yeah, so a beef stroganoff, very famous recipe, where essentially, I mean, it's one of those dishes. It's like saying carbonara, right? As soon as I say carbonara, everyone goes, therefore he has to make it this way. And stroganoff is one of those, right? But for me, the ingredients are a creamy sauce, usually sour cream. I'm using creme fraiche, beef, mushrooms, onions, and further to Son's question, I'm going to serve it with some tagliatelle pasta. I happen to have some for another recipe. The fresh stuff, you know, that's ready-made. Excuse me, just boils in a couple of seconds. So let me pop this little guy on. So I had some roast beef at the weekend and had a little piece I trimmed off the end, and I thought that'll be perfect for a piece of stroganoff. So I'm going to have to slice it reasonably thin and then, excuse me, reasonably thin, and then sort of pound it a little bit just to tenderize it. So there'll be some good ASMR on this stream. So I'm going to start by getting this trimmed up a little bit. This is actually top rump, so it's not great for this sort of thing. So we're going to need to do some extra work on it. A if you look carefully, the lines on the meat run that way. So if I go across it, then when you bite into it, it should give the illusion of being tender. Just going to take my time with this one. Oh, paprika is of course one of the main flavours of stroganoff. It also came barded with some lovely fat, so I'll be using that too. How are we all doing today, wherever you are in the world? We've got people from Australia, people from the UK, people from the US knocking about. And what I always like to ask is, what have you been eating today, / what will you be eating? Son, I've just seen your comment, velvetised beef stroganoff. I was thinking the same. Give it a little dusting, but I'm going to pound it out first. Get another board to sit that on when it's done. Yeah, I was thinking really similar. / what will we be eating? Yes, exactly, son. I changed thoughts mid-brain, but yeah. What have you already eaten today? What's on the menu? So you're just going to be broadcasting to the world, huh? I'm going to trim off that bit of fat because that's not going to cook in the kind of dish we've got. Chicken birria tacos. Are you streaming that, son, or are you just for you? Just for you and the dog? You don't stream? Oh, okay, okay. He does stream, folks. He's a very good streamer over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/itmeanson. Lots of good vibes, lots of silly stuff. Some gaming as well. Bit of a mixed. Nice. Okay. So I've got some squished beef there. I quite like your idea, son. So I'm going to put a bit of bicarb on it. I'm going to get a little bowl, bicarb it up. Sorry, brother. Of course, I was watching the Marco Pierre white version. Actually, I'm going to just slice these down a little bit. The Marco Pierre white version earlier today, just for fun. It's only 3 minutes, the Knorr version, of course. And he says quite rightly that don't put the paprika on the meat because it burns. Because you want the meat at quite a high temperature. Glad I'm experimenting. Well, the thing is, I don't really want to get another pan out because I've already got this one on the go and I've got to boil my pasta. I don't really want another pan just to fry my beef in. So in a perfect world, you know, I'd be frying this off, nice high temperature, get a sear on it, remove it, rest it, whilst I get on with the sauce. So let's chuck that there. Right, bit of bicarb, let's do that. Hope you've all had or having a good day. It's been lovely weather in the east of England where I am. Really pleasant, up to 14 degrees. Susan with the really helpful feedback. I was hoping this might show up on my shorts feed as a vertical live, but lots of dog videos so far. Shows what I've been watching. Doesn't it just, Susan? Doesn't it just? Yeah, I don't really know how to force it, which is the biggest problem. If anybody knows how to sort of encourage YouTube to show you a vertical live version of something, I don't really know how. It's just something I want to test. Son, you say the sunset is nice today. The sunset has just disappeared out of my garden window over there. So we've just got some beef, a bit of bicarb of soda or baking soda if in the US, a little pinch of salt. I'm just going to leave that for a couple of minutes while I get on with everything else. And I think I'm going to fry that, remove it, fry everything else, add it back in at the last minute to combine. So again, I'm feeling very Marco, so we'll have a shallot or two. Also got that little bit of fat, which I must remember to use. It means Son says the sunset is so nice. Profound. And if you're an old pro at my live streams, you will know. Hate peeling shallots. Just some of the most tedious jobs. Hate it. But luckily, these scallions are quite... they're quite papery. It's good. Some of them, they're just like those little pearl ones. You sit there for ages trying to... Susan, that's cooking and calm. Used to grow shallots. Yeah. They're lovely, but they are fiddly. It's just like the chef's choice, isn't it? Shallots, rather than using your other alliums. Susan, while you're here, I made sea bass and ratatouille in my Ninja Foodie today, which is of course a variant on the Instant Pot by another brand. Really interesting. I think you'll like that one. I should send you a picture. I'm just going to get another pot to keep these in. 1 second. I'm still here, you know, I can see you. Just over the other side of the kitchen, because I needed a bit of Tupperware. So it's a little bit more fiddly than what you would usually do, but I was doing a book out of white heat, but trying to do a white heat recipe in a stupid ninja gadget. It was good fun, and actually it worked really well. There's a sea bass fillet, stuffed with a prawn mousse, and then sort of cooked over a bed of courgettes and red peppers. Actually quite simple in principle. Still dark where you are, Heather. It's shaping up to be another warm day. Huh? Last time we spoke, last week, I think you were worried about the rain. You said it was really, 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 really rainy where you are. Hope that's eased up for you. Right, let's get the kettle on so we can boil that when I'm ready. Of course, fresh pasta takes like 2 minutes to cook, so I'm just saving time. Right, adventures in my... move over there a bit. Adventures in my induction hob, which I'm still not amazing with. And I haven't used it since before Christmas, so I need to remember how it works. It's not about how it works, but controlling the temperature. Turn it on, no problem. So let's go for that. Then that was too hot. So what happens is when I press buttons, I'll bring you around here. When I press buttons, right, it changes a fan and a temperature. But all of these are too crazy to do just normal frying in. So I think I do this and I just knock it down a little bit. Let's try 1200. I'm feeling 1200 today. And if the room gets filled with smoke, we'll find out. There you go. More rain on the way, Heather. Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Chucky Bloodstorm, hello? The emoji's very small on my screen. I think it's a wave. Susan, multi-cooker's not ideal for fine dining. I don't think we're seeing the MasterChef anytime soon. It's less than precise home cook, just perfect. You know what, I think with the right sponsorship, I think they could manage that. Again, I'll send you a photo and you can tell me how you think I did. Hi Chucky, thanks for confirming. I'm all right today, thank you. I was just saying it's been a really nice day. Just getting all this up to temp. A couple of mushrooms, won't need many, it's just me. I've just trodden a piece of onion. Rip. Very good day. How was your day, Chucky? What have you been up to? More importantly, what have you been eating / will you be eating? Is it time for a takeaway today? Are you cooking something? You going out for dinner? You're not feeling dinner today, just don't fancy it. One more. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, there's some temp coming off there now. Yes. Fish curry last night. Not hungry tonight? Make something quick and small. That feels quite hot, so I'm going to go down to the next setting. I think as soon as I put something in there, it's going to start going crazy. I'm going to crack open a window. Again, veterans of the live stream will remember, busy but productive. Good place to be. I was like that today, very busy, very productive. Yeah, that's sizzling like mad. That fat in there. And I would rather it was a little bit more calm. And we're going to crank that up so you can see what I'm doing over there. Bring that a bit more forward. Oh, look at the professionalism. Beautiful. There. Probably the last outing for this combination of phone and tripod on live streams. You see the tripod is dying. I got that from the pound shop. That's good. As it was on sale, I treated myself to a DJI Osmo Pocket. Jesus, spitting. Little handheld gadget, perfect for on-the-go vlogging. It's going to make a great second camera. I've got it, but it doesn't stand very well by itself, so I've got a tripod on the way just to help support it. So I'm looking forward to that. Do a few more things outside the house as well. Right, paprika. And I'm using my favourite brand, La Chinata. Such a good paprika, loads of flavour. Yeah, that's colouring really quickly. And it's the paprika that really makes the colour and the depth, the stroganoff. Yeah, I am happy with that temperature. So chat, I did the 800. Let me switch sides on that, because that's annoying me where that is. Over there you go. Phil, long time no speak, buddy. I have been treading on that place we sometimes go to recently. I just remembered I was going to fry that beef first, wasn't I? Thanks, Chucky. So, let's finish cooking this, then I'll pull it out, fry the beef, put it back in. Do you use the sweet or hot? I find the hot too hot, generally speaking. This is the sweet. Lacinata. It's a good one. One of my favourite ingredients. Right, I think that needs to come out before it goes banana. Just starting to go quite coloured. Go there. A bit of oil. If I wasn't streaming, I'd be I'd have the fans on because it's steamy stuff. So, some beef from earlier, if you missed the start, which I've popped in a little bicarb just to help break it down quickly, because this is top rump, which is not ideal for this kind of dish. But I've sliced it very thin, I've given it a bash up, so hopefully it'll be tender enough. And if not, it's only for me, I don't care. If it was for other people, I'd take more care over it. Hey Chucky, you love my setup with the kitchen? Very, very, very proud of my kitchen. It was finished, it was being done nearly 5 years ago to the day. In fact, I was looking at, historic photos, and the roof was being constructed 5 years ago today. Let me put the fans on there now, too loud. It will be behind me. What do you think? Is the mic picking it up too much? I mean, it's going to be picking up this sizzling anyway. Getting some colour, not too much. This is only going to be like this for a couple of minutes. Then we'll be back to a bit more gentle cooking. I'm going to switch to this way round, I think. So you can have a good... Oh, that doesn't work, does it? Get over there, Gary. Oh, I don't know. Look at this live editing. Get over there. There we go. You can have a proper look at the beef while it fries. And that bicarb really helps, even if it doesn't tenderising it. Then what you get is that lovely crust forming on it. Phil, my normal cuts is you kind of want lean steak beef, really, because you're not, well, I'm not going to be cooking it very long. So anything you would usually use in a steak, and in fact, fillet would be really good for this if you can stretch to it, but obviously it's not an everyday kind of dinner, is it? Chucky, you are in the kitchen. Pull up a chair. I have a row of chairs there, just off camera where you can't see. It's one of the main reasons I had the kitchen designed like this. I love having people around for dinner, but what's really annoying is when I was cooking in the kitchen and I come out and they're like, they've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. So I wanted to open up the space. Now I'm going to take this bit out and have a look at him. There we go, you can see him now. So he's cooked through completely. It's a little bit chewy. But it is tasty. Funny, adding that bicarb puts you in mind of Chinese food, because it's that velveting process. So, son, if you are still there, the bicarb was a success. Right, so I'm just going to leave that to one side for a minute. And I'm going to deglaze that, because there's a lot of good stuff in there I don't want to lose. I had a look around my cupboard. I don't really have an appropriate sort of booze to go with this. So I'm just going to use water. It's going to make a nice bit of steam. Get all that combined onion, paprika and beef flavour. Well, Chucky, they are bar stools, so you might well fall off. Okay, that's going to go into my beef. We'll catch hold of that in a minute. And then we'll add a bit of oil back into this pan. And we can fry our mushrooms. Add those onions back in. So, you're a klutz, Chucky, huh? Go around in a padded suit, do you? So you don't bump into anything. Red wine traditionally for sure. I think brandy is traditional, but again, we're not doing authentic here today, so I don't know. Also, I think it's one of those, you know, that doesn't... Everybody thinks they know what the real thing is, but who knows? Your friend's husband says you should get a Michelin man suit. Just adding a bit of that beef fat back to the pan. Might as well use it. Reinforce that beefiness. And obviously, if you're not piddling about talking on YouTube and Twitch like I am, you could do this very, very, very quickly. 10 minutes. Snap your Achilles putting the bins out? Jesus. Were you lobbing them from the end of the garden? Whoa! Bit of onion there. I like that. Nice. Bit of salt. Let's drag the moisture out of that. Okay. Let's get the water on to boil. Not a million miles away now. Bop, 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 bop. Well, Chucky, it's only the story that you tell everyone, right? If you tell them that's what happened, that's what happened. Andrew Graham, how's it going? I haven't seen you in the comments for a little while. Nice to see you. You try stroganoff for a while. Have you made stroganoff before? There are loads of recipes. I'm pretty sure there's a really good Hairy Bikers one. Probably on the BBC website. BBC Good Food. Or whoever owns Good Food now, I don't know. Oh, a little extra chunk of mushroom. Kids tell people a magpie tripped me over. So I'm just letting these mushrooms sweat down, get a bit of colour on them. So while I'm waiting, a couple of other tricks that I like. I like to add gherkins or cornichon to the very end of my stroganoff. Just, I think, accentuates the sour flavour. So I'll just do a little pile of them. I'll pull you down a little bit, see if you fall over. And just that there. Perfection. And it's going to go in the same time as some parsley. So we'll just have, I think we're doing a slow cooker version. Susan, Cooking and Calm, are you still in the chat? If you are in the chat, do you have a version for stroganoff? I tell you why. Susan Cooking and Calm, who's popping in and out of the chat, she's an absolute whiz expert at slow cooker recipes. So I defer to her. Can't say I've tried it, but I like the sound of it. Phil, you could agree, the Hairy Bikers recipe is a good one. Yeah, it usually is. They're pretty reliable, Hairy Bikers ones. So Heather, you made stroganoff. You used mustard instead of paprika. Yeah, I think it's one of those things, right? I've got no problem with people who say they make carbonara with cream. It's like, It's just a label thing that people get het up about. But I'm not Hungarian. I think it's Hungarian, isn't it? Goulash? Sorry if it's not. I'm not trying to appropriate anything. I'm just making creamy beef stew. Okay. Onions back in. They can come up to temp. Bubbling. Nice. Let's get that water sorted. Just bringing everything back up now. Thank you so much for coming out to join me tonight, guys. Middle of our weeks. Always good to catch up with you, see what's going on. Beef just sat there having a good time. So, traditionally, stroganoff, you'd use creme fraiche, but I happen to have some sour cream, other way around. You traditionally use sour cream. I happen to have some creme fraiche ready to go. I understand from talking to foodie people, relatively difficult to get in the US, creme fraiche. I guess it depends on your area, right? Because it's so massive. Depends on your dairy farmers. Phil, you say adding the pickled element is a game changer. Nepalese character, pickled aubergine, like a brinjal bhaji. Very good. And Oz, beef stroganoff is a Russian dish. I think you're right, yes. I think you are right. Great ingredient, Phil. If you're talking about sour things, let me grab one. One of my favourite ingredients is preserved lemons or pickled lemons. I keep a jar of them in the fridge all the time. Great with loads of things. It'd be great in this. Also really good in rice. Whenever I cook rice, I put preserved lemon in there. Really tasty. Okay, I'm going to turn the temp down a bit. I'm going to add a little bit of this water that I'm boiling the pasta in. I haven't done it yet. I think we're at a stage where I can start adding some of that pasta to cook now. Literally 2-3 minutes. That will do. Just going to combine that in. At this point, Marco of course adds a beef stock pot. I think I've got enough flavour in here personally. I'm going to adjust for seasoning in a moment. Yeah, do get some. Most supermarkets sell it. Certainly the larger ones. But I also order mine online. It's good, needs a bit of salt. And I love that terracotta colour. That's what I want. I want to leave a slight trail in the pan. As I say, I've just turned the temperature down a bit now. And of course, oh, I didn't think of that. I'm going to be adding this beef in that's got all that juice. So I think I'll turn the temp back up again. That'll do. That's going to make it too watery, but I can't waste that taste. So that's why I'm going to crank the heat up a bit, just to get, after putting all that heat back in there, take the water content down a bit. Thanks, Susan. Susan, I don't know if you caught earlier, someone was asking if there's a slow cooker version of stroganoff, and I thought you might be the person to ask. How are we looking? Yeah, really savoury. I've got that temp up now, so I'm just going to bring it right down to just to keep warm. Bit of flour thicken it. Yeah, I'm happy just to reduce it because I know I only put water in there, and a quick blast of temperature. And also, it's going to, when it sits in the pan, the stuff that's in there is going to contract, and it's going to get, it's going to cool quite quickly and start to ease up. Nice, nice, nice. How's my pasta? Hope you've all checked out the chili con carne video that I published yesterday. That was a lot of fun to make. So Susan, Andrew, if you missed this, Susan says, don't really do much slow cooking or pressure cooking, Gal. Of course you are. I'm sure the will be. Should work well slow cooked. I agree. You could probably also, with a slow cooker, do it with a much rougher cut of beef, right? Nice white bowl, should show it off nice. Right, I think power's going to come off that now. Ooh. Pasta's there, we'll sort that in just a moment. Let's store all this in. Store, stir. Wah! Again, if you missed that, sliced gherkin, cornichon, whatever you want to call it, pickled cucumbers, dill pickles, and a little bit of parsley. Just that bit of green freshness is just going to wake you up. I don't see any type. Oh, dub do. You know, it's fine, Susan. Don't worry about your typos. Grating cheese. What are you grating cheese for? Just to eat some cheese? Or is it going in dinner? What's happening with that? Just going to turn that over in the pan. No more cooking required. Quite a lot of washing up to do. I've made a right mess today. It's the thing about live streaming, you end up just dumping bowls behind you because you'll deal with it later. But at least if you make a pile of things, it looks tidy. Well, House of Oz Heather, if you like pressure cooking, go check out Cooking and Calm, her site, her YouTube page. She's all over pressure cooking. She is the pressure cooking queen. I'm sure she'll give you some great ideas. Goes live very often as well. She's getting the swing of it, so pop in and say hi. She can answer all your questions. Yes, son, I'm done. You've been out walking the dog? I've been cooking, mate. Susan, you're having a boring jacket potato dinner with bean chili. I had jacket potatoes last night. I had a bit of a sort of brainwave. It's overselling it a bit, I think. Let's move this out of the way. But I thought, rather than just have a tuna with jacket potato with tuna, I thought I'm going to have a jacket potato tuna melt. I can't be the first person to have thought of this, but I've never seen it before. So I just tumbled up some cheese with a little words today. Tumbled up some tuna with some cheese, added a bit of spring onion, popped it back in the baked potato just for a few minutes, just to get a bit of meltiness on it. And that was really tasty, very satisfying. There we go. There, colour looks fantastic. Found a version on YouTube making it this week. Andrew, please let me know how you get on. going to eat all the rest that's in the pan, but for pure presentation YouTube purposes, I'm going to leave the bowl like that with a pleasant little mound. Clean up the plate. Get some irons. What else looks perfect? Well, let's hope so. Looks the part. Do you know what would really help thumbnail purposes? Just a little dust of paprika on the top. There we go. Oh, there's loads of chat been going on. Susan, been helping you with your lives? Yeah, you don't need help. You just need pushing over the edge. That's all you need. Maybe we should switch to this now. Bonk. Heather's been using a pressure cooker for years. So easy, makes food so tender. I only got on the pressure cooking bandwagon about a year ago. I think the main thing I do with it is stock. So after I've had a chicken or some beef, chuck it all in the slow cooker with some water, some veg, and you get excellent stock at the end of it. Fresh chives too. There's some, don't have any chives right now. Just because Heather asked for it. Bit of parsley on top, huh? There we have it. So yeah, the beef is not perfect. It's got some chew to it. But it's super tasty. Pressure cookers are not a bandwagon, it's a way of life. Well, you know, from the people in your comments, I really get that, Susan. It's an absolute, you know, people there love it, don't they? They love their pressure cooker. Yeah, Christian, once you make stock in a pressure cooker, there's nowhere back. Well worth seeking out Chris Young's video on making stock in a pressure cooker. Chris Young was, I think, the lead developmental chef at the Fat Duck. Plus he wrote Modernist Cuisine with Nathan Myhrvold. His channel is just insane. I reference it quite a lot in my videos. Does loads of great stuff. And his version of stock, he uses the Sage, what do they call it? The Fast Slow Pro or something? But it's their instant pot multi-cooker. Multi-cooker, that was the word I was looking for. That does pressure cooking as well as frying and steaming and whatever. You like his videos too, huh, Christian? Yeah, so the beef's a bit of work, but I expected that because it's not perfect for stroganoff, but also I'm the only person eating it, so. Susan, spot on, yes, that's right. He was saying just grab a cheap rotisserie chicken and make an amazing restaurant style stock with it. You're absolutely right. I'm making such a mess. Oh. Yeah, again, I would use a real steak cut of beef rather than a roasting cut. Ah, Christian, you say pressure cooker is great for tough cuts like short ribs. Now, it's interesting you say that because I've got some short ribs in the freezer. A few weeks back I did a burger video and I minced up some short rib meat and I have some beef rib left. So that's a good idea. I'll pop it in the pressure cooker. Cooking and Calm, old Susan is also on about making sure I do lamb shank in it as well. Which is just the archetypal recipe, isn't it? For pressure cooking. You know, those long, tough, slow cooks of meat. Wonderful. Well, look, I'm just a guy sat here eating his dinner now, which I'm really happy with and really pleased with. It was really tasty. I think I'm going to polish this off with a really messy way that you don't have to watch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bid you a good evening. Now let me, for those of you on Twitch, give me a moment. I'm going to see if there's any lovely people I can raid into. Takes a while. So who can we go and find? There's a couple of nice people. I think I'm going to go and raid to Mrs. Treeslayer 55, who's making a butter cake, which sounds interesting. So again, thank you for those of you hanging around. If you are on Twitch, do hang around for the raid. It's great to see you all. I hope you have a good evening, and I will see you very, very soon. Night.